Queens and Rivers Angels respectively, while Remo Stars finished second, right behind defending champions in Group A, talking about Edo Queens. And yes, they have a point to prove, talking about Naija Ratels, seeing that they're the last team to qualify for the Super 6, where they qualified on the final day, and of course at the expense of FC Robo, who are of course a regular to the Super 6. So yes, they have a point to prove, and they would want to prove it against the side who is also one fresh to this encounter when it concerns the Super 6. Well, this is not their first time playing the Super 6, and they would want to play against a Remo side who looks solid despite them being debutants in the Super 6. And yes, kickoff in this very first game, and that would be from Naija Ratels starting us off in this game. So welcome once again if you're just joining us for the second game of Matchday 2. It's Remo Stars versus Naija Ratels.
A game where I would expect to see better things to happen.
Expected to see plenty of things happen, and I think Remo Stars would want to start on the front foot in this particular game. And of course, we saw that particular ball go right the way of one of the most lethal strikers, or one of the little forwards we have in the Nwfl this season. Talking about Kafayat Bashir, who has 6 goals to her name so far. Of course, partnering up front with Bolaji Olamide, and of course Remo Stars are on the front foot with this one, and a cross into the area, but that would be a wayward one, and that would be from Immaculata Ofiong, who is a solid stay in this side, coached by Coach Wemimo Matthew. And center referee is Coach Dina Ejiro James, who will be presiding this particular one for us over the 90, and looking to have a really good game as we saw in the first one.
Oh yes, Remo Stars started quite well with good attacking intent. We just saw that earlier on. They do want to make a statement. They don't just want to host, they don't want to host and win, but they have to continue that winning streak here against Naija Ratels, who are returning to the Super 6 for just the second season. This is also the first time that Remo Stars ladies will be in the Super 6, so they want to make a statement. They want to make a statement, and let's see if they can do that today, getting off with 2 victories in the Super 6 this season.
Yeah, while they want to make a statement, they also have to be very wary of this Naija Ratels side, who are very good with set pieces, and of course scored their only goal of this tournament from a set piece. And the goal scorer of the day for them is the one who is going to be proceeding over this corner kick, talking about CB Rita. Rita takes the corner, and of course it is ineffective, and yeah, she's back to her position because she's most likely going to be called upon several times to make such decisions of taking the corner. And that is the foreign goalkeeper, the Ghanaian, who is in between the sticks for Remo Stars, talking about Charlotte. Let's call her Queen Charlotte, after the very popular Queen Charlotte of the Bridgerton story. And yes, Remo Stars are back with the ball, looking to go forward. Bashir Kafayat with that particular one, centered forward. Remo Stars with the ball, a pause right there, and straight into the center. And I mean, it is safely collected right there by the goalkeeper of Naija Ratels, Ohia Doris.
Well, this is a better start than we saw in the game against Edo Queens. That game was rather dropped the first 45 and even the second 45 until the game picked up when the coach Remo Matthew showed her presence, which of course got the game into gear. But right about now, Remo Stars leaders have started quite well. They are attacking with an intent. They are showing that they can play the ball on the ground and on the feet as well. So it's been quite interesting. The Naija Ratels are also a team that are quite good on the ball as well. So let's see what these two sides can do. It's just about 4 minutes in, and it's goalless. These two sides are promising sides, and are quite young when it comes to playing women's football in the country.
Yeah, promising. Goalless, you mentioned. But we have to remember that Naija Ratels scored the fastest goal in this tournament than they did against Nassau Amazons in the first game. But that would be a throw-in to Remo Stars ladies. Another throw-in forced by Naija Ratels, and of course it's still Remo Stars to take the throw. Throw taken. Back to the feet of the captain of the side, talking about Olabumi. A foul right there, but Olamide, the highest goal scorer in this competition, talking about the NWFL Premiership this season with 14 goals, is the one who would keep the ball in for Remo Stars. But right now, Immaculate Alfiong has been called upon to get them off a little bit away from danger and force in the throw-in right there. And that's Chukwudi who would throw that particular one. Naija Ratels trying to make something out of that, but it will be counted as a chance. Way offside.
Well, they've started quite brilliantly as well, Naija Ratels. A team that, you know, in the regular season fought until the very dead before they could qualify for the Super 6 with Samson Keshi, the coach of this side, who knows his stuff. He has coached men's football. This is his first time in women's football, so we've seen how his team can play. They have fantastic players as well who also play in the national team, and they've started quite well here against Remo Stars leaders.
Yeah, of course, talking about players who have played in the national team for Naija Ratels, the only second club. I mean, this is the battle of the privates, as they are the only two sides that are owned by private owners. Talking about Naija Ratels and Remo Stars, and I mean, talking about mainstays in the national team, players like Jumai Adebayo, who is a major stay in the Flamingos, who went on to do really good in Dominican Republic at the World Cup, Wafu, and of course even the qualifiers for the World Cup that will be going on later on this year. And she's starting for Naija Ratels. Now Naija Ratels with the ball, looking to press forward, but of course Remo Stars will give them no breathing space for that particular one as they get the ball back. And yeah, Ikpa Janet, I beg your pardon, is the one who lets off possession there. And yes, that is Immaculate Alfiong, really known for her shots.
She was quite poor against Edo Queens.
Quite poor, yes. This time around she will look to make amends for that. But I mean, she's a mainstay in the defense for Coach Wemimo Matthew. And I mean, I said she would go on to take that throw in, and her signature launch into the area right there. But the ball is back in possession for Naija Ratels, who will look to capitalize on that one. But goal scorer from the first game, Shubomi Ogundele, who is a very huge internet sensation in women's football, making her debut at the very first time playing at a club side in the NWFL Premiership. And Remo Stars were the team to put their trust in her. And she had a dream debut when it concerns her first game in the NWFL Premiership, where she played against Confluence Queens and scored on that day. And a dream debut at the Super 6, where she scored the only goal for Remo Stars against Edo Queens, the defending champions.
But nothing beat that feeling, because that's rather the moments that you will cherish your entire life.
Definitely.
But then if they end up winning the title, that is going to beat it, I think. And if she scores on the final day that leaves the title for her club, that's going to beat it for me.
A fairy tale finish for her if that happens. But she had a really solid season with providing very good assists starting from the bench, and also to mention that she is still a student, as she's currently a student of the University of Lagos, but giving her all whenever she's called upon to play for Coach Wemimo Matthew-led side.
But that's a big statement, because we are clamoring for, you know, young blood to be brought into the league. And I must also add that our women's league, we do have really young players playing in the league. I do remember Rivers having, you know, PSF Young as well. A couple of young stars as well.
Yeah, we also mentioned the fact that from the previous game, the lady who was injured, talking about
Kindness
Fines, quite pretty young, and we're having players like even the person that we were talking about having a height disadvantage in the game. Yeah, she's starting again today. Talking about Simisola. Okeseji is also very young. She's also one who is charged to play in the under-17 side of Flamingos too. So yes, that this is well, we're not to be a selling league, so of course we are also a league with really young players, and really interesting to see them come against each other for the crown right here. Remember that this is the start of the journey for whoever would get to represent Nigeria at the Nwfl.
That could be qualifiers.
When you play the Nwfl, you get the opportunity to represent Nigeria, win that particular one, and qualify for the Continental Showpiece, which is the Champions League. And peradventure go on to win that. Might represent Africa at the very first edition of the Women's Club World Cup later on in the year. So yes, that is definitely, and that's the lady right there, Okeseje, as she is called, and she's the one that was fouled right there by Rita Sibe. Quite a very audacious tackle, but she's up right now, and yes, going on in this game. Sibe, goal scorer from the first game for Naija Ratels.
She's got the first goal of the tournament.
First goal of the tournament also, yes, made history that day, scoring in the 13th minute against National Amazons. And yes, the ball is back in possession of Ohia Doris, who takes that one in, sends it in, and just a deflection, and it's back in the hands of her counterpart at the other end of the pitch, Charlotte. Yeah, just sends it in. I mean, this time she's not waiting for Ofiog to take her goal kicks for her today. She's taking them herself.
Probably she had a knock, or she was suffering something on that day.
Yeah, that particular day, not to be able to take it. But the captain of the side, Olubomi Oladeji, is leading the charge for the attack. But yes, quickly, Charlotte Ajay is out to quickly collect that particular one. And Charlotte had a really impressive start to her life at Remo Stars right there. Very young lady, you can see also. Had 6 clean sheets in the regular season. Add the one against Edo Queens, making 7 so far this season. Really impressive from her for the ladies who have played the very first time in the Super 6, talking about Remo Stars ladies.
Well, she wasn't at her very best when she joined the league with Rivers Angels. And then her move here must have helped her with confidence, must have helped her game. And like you said, 7 clean sheets already this season. With that one, with the 7s coming against Edo Queens, that tells that she has grown, and the team has done her quite a lot of favors as well, ensuring that she gets better. So it's been a great time for her, and let's see if she can as well get on the clean sheet with this game against Naija Ratels.
Yeah, definitely. Just like I think the game plan for Remo Stars so far in this tournament is, if you're not going to win, just don't concede, just lose. And I think that's worked so fine for them in the first game, and eventually they got their winner late into the second half. I mean, minutes away from the end of the game, the 8 minutes, with that corner kick going straight into the back of the net. Ball that looked to be an own goal, but credited, of course, to Shubomi Ogundele in that particular one, because looks goal bound. And yeah, Remo Stars will continue with that particular streak, or looking to continue that particular streak. And yeah, that ball is back in the hands of Charlotte.
Well, the winds are back, and the weather is calming again, and the players, I'm sure, will enjoy the game. It's not as hot as they would have thought it would, because by this time on Saturday, we did see the players suffering when it comes to the heat. They had to.
I mean, it was the turn of Bielsa Queens and Rivers Angels at this time of day, that particular day. And Remo Stars also actually tasted a bit of that sun when we had about 33 degrees around about 4 o'clock when they were playing their own game against Edo Queens. But right now, calm weather, really good for the football we're seeing on the pitch today. And I mean, Remo Stars, what's that particular chance right there, but cleared out by Captain Olubomi. But back with the ball, and that's Olamide. Olamide will take a shot. She takes it, and she scores it. That's her 15th. That is by, not Olamide actually. Olamide did score the goal. A brilliant stop, take her time, a pause right there. And she has finally gotten herself a goal in the NWFL Premiership Super 6. Bolajo Olamide looking to break the record, or meet and break the record set by Amarachi Odima in the 2014-2015 season. And right now she is on her way as she scored the 15th. Looking to go on to score 17 and of course meet that record and break it. What would you say about that particular goal set for her by Subomi right there in the midfield, who got that ball and of course cross it in for Olamide, and Olamide of course a calm and a post finish to get us started in this game. It's 1-0 in favor of Remo Stars. Goal scored by highest goal scorer in the league this season, Bolaji Olamide.
That was a beautiful goal, and the way that she sold the dummy to, of course, our two markers in Jumaya Adebayo as well as Adedeji Oluwabumi, of course, ensured that she switched the ball from her left to right and took a strike with that right-footed one, got past Doris here, and that will be, like you said, her 15th goal of the season, her first so far in the Super 6, but of course, she has already gotten the job done in the regular season. It's not like it's over yet. 15th goal and counting so far in this tournament. Well, it did not exactly beat the timing of Naija Ratels' first goal in this very competition.
But they'll take it.
Yeah, this came in the 15 minutes, but she will take it. They will take it because it was a fantastic, beautiful, beautiful goal that was from Olamide Bolaji. She's also in the score sheet now, and great things to come for Remo Stars.
Great things to come for them. I mean, a very good start as compared to what happened in that game against Edo Queens, where they had to wait late to get a goal. But this time you will say that maybe they are playing against a less dangerous fancy side as they played the defending champions in their first game. But a good start for them. Do you think that this will continue, or this would lead to what might be a whitewash for Naija Ratels in this game?
I do not know. I don't think it's going to be a whitewash. I do think that Naija Ratels are quite good in their own rights as well. They do have attacking-minded players. They know how to defend as well. So I don't think it might be a whitewash, but I do see this game being much more contested for quick goal that might end up becoming the winner for Remo Stars. We don't know that yet for sure. But as we have seen, Naija Ratels also have players that can hurt the Remo Stars in this very game.
They have players that can hurt them in this game. I mean, like I said, they have the deadliest combination in attack, talking about Remo Stars, with Bolaji Olamide with 15 goals and Kafayat Bashir with 9 goals, making a combine of 24 goals for their two forwards right there. And that is Olamide being fouled right there as they look to go forward for another goal. And of course, she's on the floor, wincing in pain. Waiting to see if she can continue.
She was saying the dummy again, but she was caught this time.
I mean, she was not going to get past that particular player there, but that would be a very, very dangerous foul. That, of course, was called by the center referee in the game, Dina Ejiro James.
She was at the right place to have seen that tackle, so yes, it was a very bad one, and she saw that. So Remo Stars will take their free kick.
Free kick taken. And Naija Ratels clear a bit to get themselves, but I mean, somehow they found themselves on the break for an attacking move, but quickly stopped because bodies fell on the line. Of course, Hannah Ibrahim, who is one of the home favorites, a very young and solid defender, a mainstay at the under-17 side.
Another young player again
with really, really great character. I mean, we talked about her in the first game against Edo Queens, mentioned the fact that she was an internet sensation last time out, or early part of the season, when she played on this very ground on the very day she lost her dad and dedicated that particular game to her father. And of course, right now she's pairing with an experienced centre-back in the person of Ubona, who is the standing captain of the side.
Well, it was almost an equalizer earlier on for Naija Ratels, but then it was the goalkeeper and the players were ensured that it went out for a corner kick. Well, that was taken quickly, and now it is a goal kick that will be taken once again by Immaculata.
Immaculata is back to her goalkeeping, or her goal kick responsibilities, as we saw in the game against Edo Queens. That is back in possession of Naija Ratels, who are looking to quickly make a comeback in this game, and a little bit late on. Remo Stars are back to defend, and there's a quick change. quite a shock. We have jersey number 12, who is out for jersey number 11.
We got Chijoke and Chigodi. He's being taken out.
I'm trying to understand if that is a tactical change or that was forced by maybe an injury or a fitness issue.
I think so. I think it's like a fitness issue or something.
Yes, Chigodi is off.
Or the game plan is not working. So the best way to do it is to ensure that you bring someone quickly who can manage the pressure, who can, ensure that they can defensively hold your own as well as assisting in attack as well. I think that's what Samson Keshi is looking for in the game.
That's, a lot of footballing fans who are watching currently will be questioning if that is not too early in the game. Just 20 minutes played. If it is for tactical reasons, that is quite interesting to see. We'll wait to see if that will eventually pay off, as they would be looking to avoid back-to-back defeats in this competition. Talking about Naija Ratels, the girls from Abuja. They're originally from Benue, but they make Abuja home. And are the second or the only club apart from Remo Stars who are privately owned in the Nwfl Premiership, and of course that means they are the second only private team playing in the Super 6.
They were actually one of the first privately owned clubs before Remo Stars were brought in last season as well.
Yes, definitely.
And it's good to get to see that happening in the league.
And to see that they're both, more of that. To see that both of them are also in the highest stage, which is the Super 6, shows that returns are definitely, or investments are paying off for their owners, who are putting in so much and competing with the other girls who are, of course, state-sponsored teams.
Either way, it's going to be very difficult to win in titles here, so you have to ensure that you are at your very best. You're playing against the state-backed teams, and you know that their pockets do not go dry. They have the deep pockets out there to sponsor the teams. But here they are in the Super 6, fighting alongside those other teams. Can they snatch that title away from Edo Queens? Out with the question. Some are saying Remo Stars do, but I do know that they might have a chance, maybe because they are home and their fans will be supporting them all the way through. But then you talk about Bayelsa, you talk about Rivers, talk about Edo Queens. They are no mean feat when it comes to this very competition. Definitely,
they'll be looking to be the first side since Bayelsa, or since Delta Queens, I beg your pardon, hosted and won this competition in Asaba there. I want to go in the footstep of other teams like Bayelsa, who have also hosted and won, and who missed out by a very thin margin last season in front of home fans in Yenogwa, where Edo Queens came and snatched that one. Remo Stars ladies will be looking to host and win. Their men were crowned champions on this ground. They will be looking to walk in the footstep of the men and be crowned on this very ground also, as they are hosting the competition right here at their home ground, the Remo Stars Stadium in Ikenne, Ogun State.
If you're not a fervent follower of the Women's League, you would actually think that CB Rita looks like Shakira Moshood at Bayelsa.
Yes, they have a very striking resemblance right there. But maybe the hairstyle is what is different.
They mostly do the same style sometimes.
But today, I took note of it. I was thinking about it during our commentary in the first game. The first game, Shakira Moshood was wearing a zigzag cornrow style, while Rita is putting on a straight all-back cornrow style.
The difference.
Yes, it's different. But same skin tone and everything, and of course the audacious shots from outside the box.
True that.
Very similar. Well, Remo Stars are the one with the ball right now. A free kick to be taken just outside the box right there from the right-hand side. Into the box, into the area.
Oh.
And that just came slightly over the head of Hannah Ibrahim.
That would have been a stunner if it had gone in.
She always gets in very dangerous positions like that. And with her height, she looks to capitalize on that and get goals for this team. And would have further dampened the spirit of Naija Ratels, who would have considered 2 in this first half. But I mean, so far so good. The assist railing by a lone goal scored in the 14th minute by Olamide Bolaji of Remo Stars.
But we've seen that, you know, 2 of the top goal scorers have scored here in the Super 6 with 1 list left. Mary Moses, she is going to be playing much later today. We should be also getting on the score sheet because we've seen Janet score twice now in the tournament and in the Super 6, I mean to say.
And that's an opportunity for Naija Ratels to capitalize on that slip from the defense of Remo Stars. But quick reaction right there from Charlotte to collect the ball and ensure that they have nothing to worry about. And still yet conceding this competition, Remo Stars. And that is a foul blown against Naija Ratels, and of course foul against Immaculata Offiong. Offiong is still on the floor, and we can see on our screens Coach Wemimo Matthew quite unpleased with something and complaining. I'm sure she's not unpleased with the goal, the score line right now, but I mean, maybe at the way at which her girls are currently being treated by the other team players. Offiong, the latest victim. But Coach referee Dina Adriel James believes to have upper hand of this game and has given a free kick in the half of Remo Stars. Free kick taken. And I mean, unlike the first game in which we saw the girls liking to hold possession and keep it for a while, this is not yet a game in which we've seen either side hold the ball as much.
Well, just do what you have to do. Ensure that you don't lose it at a very dire position for your team. Ensure that when you lose it, you're chasing after it. So win the second balls. Ensure that you keep the pressure. You keep putting that pressure there, which is what I think both sides have done.
Well, that looked to have been a break for Remo Stars, but I mean, the referee will call it back for an infringement right there on Ikpa Joy. Ikpa Janet. I don't know why I keep calling her Joy, because we have an Ikpa Joy. Yeah, we have an Ikpa Joy in Edo Queens, I think. But it's Ikpa Janet who got that particular foul, and fortunately for her team, they weren't able to capitalize on that one. And yes, play continues. Isigo is going back into the field, and now it's getting quite sunny
and shiny because of the confetti on the ground.
Definitely. Yeah, if you're just joining the broadcast today, all of this is due to the leftovers from the confetti from yesterday, where this ground hosted the current champions of the male league, talking about the MPFL, where they were crowned yesterday after defeating Ikorodu City by 4-1 for the very first time in their history. And their women are currently looking to imitate the boys, and so far with one win in their first game, and looking to go on to win this one, because based on the scoreline they are currently leading, and if it ends up this way, that will be 6 points in 6 for Remo Stars. Dockers.
Absolutely, that will be exactly what they are looking for, because that those screams are because the referee, the fans are shouting and screaming that the referee should give a throw-in to Remo Stars. The referee gave that to Naija Ratels, and now she has changed her mind again and giving it to Remo Stars.
Well, I'm wondering what the fourth official is doing right there, because I mean, she's supposed to be in constant communication with the referee right there. But if you're allowing the home fans dictate what you do, then you're not in charge of the game as much as you should.
I agree.
Well, it's officially, rightfully a throw into Naija Ratels this time around.
No shouts, no screams.
Yeah, everybody's happy. Throwing done, and of course Sibe Rita takes that, shoot that in. Yeah, Remo Stars After the goal, we're here to see their forwards much with the ball. Bolaji Olamide is still quiet up front right there after her goal. Kafaya Bashiru with 9 goals also, not seeing so much of her. Despite early glances or flashes of brilliance in the first 3 to 5 minutes of this game from her. Remo Stars would be looking to get another goal in this game because of things like this, as Ratels are back with the ball, looking to take a shot from there. And yes, that particular one is scored as a foul against Ratels, and of course flagged offside by the 4th official right there. But someone is on the floor. Definitely going to be a goal kick for Remo Stars there. Free kick and a goal kick, but looks like Hannah is on the floor.
Yeah, there was a little bit of tussle on the ball.
That was a tussle on the ball, and I think a stamp on the feet from her own teammate, Hannah. But she's okay now. I think she's up.
It's not been the very best of games when it comes to the final third, but I must confess that was a brilliant goal from Bolaji Olamide, who ensured that would be the first goal of this encounter, the opener. But then ever since then, it's been, you would say, lackluster ness from the both teams in front of goal.
Yeah, but I think I've seen more of Ratels come forward into the final third after conceding that goal. Remo Stars not doing much to get back into the 18-yard box of Ratels.
Too many fouls being called already in this very first half. In the first, 31 minutes? Oh, we're already in 31. Looks like time is running.
Yeah, time is flying in the second game. I suppose their first one. And, yeah. Free kick taken. Still with the ball, looking to take a shot right from outside the box, similar to what she did to get that goal for the first goal of the tournament. Talking about Siwe Rita, but she was blocked brilliantly by the Remo Stars wall. Referee James is back with the ball. And I'm calling for decorum, and she's trying to ensure that yes, everything is in place accordingly. But the ball is back in play quickly for a throw in for Remo Stars. Throw in taken. Now a throw in for Ratels. So we're yet to see the teams play the ball on the ground as much as the other teams from the first game we've seen today. Another throw in this time around, but this time is back to Remo Stars, the home team, and the host team. Yes, they are home on this fixture, and they are also the host, as it's been played in their stadium, the Remo Stars Stadium in Ikene. And that will be a water or a cooling break, the first one we are seeing in this game. And I mean, it's back to default setting Dorcas. We have a cooling break in 30 minutes play. As opposed to the first game in which we saw the first one, I think in the 76th minute. It's spark sunny in Ikene, and I mean it's 32 degrees right here, the home ground of the Remo Stars Stadium.
But yes, it's back to business as usual, because you're looking at the fact that the sun is rising as it usually would. That's why we're getting cooling break. 1 minute usually we do get them at least to cool off. Don't drink too much of the water, just to catch your breath, because we don't want heat strokes here. It is quite important that we get our players fit and they get the job done. So yeah, take 1 minute break, get the water to cool you down, and let play resume.
Yeah, waiting for the players to get their heads, their minds, of course, and their body cool. Yeah, showing the Remo Stars players getting instruction also from their coach, Wemimio Matthew, and of course assistant coach was standing in the first 20 minutes of their game against Edo Queens, talking about Adeni James. And they were back onto the pitch, waiting for restart the game. And yes, let's remind you that this is the second time that Naija Ratels will play in the Super 6. And they are yet to record a win in both the first time they were qualified and, of course, so far in the second edition in which they'll be campaigning at the Super 6. So far, 6 games played, 6 losses. Might be the 7th today because they are currently trailing Remo Stars by a lone goal. And with what we've seen after they conceded, do you think that they can stage a comeback in this game, Dorcas?
The funny thing is, they haven't won a game yet, and it is only that goal against Nwfl Amazon that was their first goal of their Super 6 history.
Imagine.
Yeah, so in 4 years.
In 4 years, in 6 games played, they've only scored a single goal courtesy. So, Siberita is history maker in a lot of rights. First goal for them in the tournament, first goal in their history in the Super 6, and of course, first goal of this tournament.
Quite a lot of history.
A lot of history for her right there. And she'll be looking to make history too if she can help them to get their first win in the Super 6 in this competition and ever. And she's still on the pitch, still doing her own duty. But this time around, Remo Stars are back with the ball, and Shubomi will take a shot with a right-footed shot, a weak one at that, and that would be on bordering for Ohia Doris, who would take goal kick in the 36th minute of this game. Well, decided to play it short to her defender. And ball launched into the Remo Stars half. And somehow, Naija Ratels have been able to scrabble that one out. But final third decisions still falling short, as that is safely in the arms of Charlotte Adjei.
I talked about how lackluster they are. It also involves the fact that they lack decision making in the final third. Because I don't see any reason why you have that ball, you're making really good runs, you're prancing really well into the 18-yard area, but you opted to shoot the ball when it lacks the power to ensure that it troubles Charlotte Adjei, and then your teammate wasn't even there to have a part of their body on that ball, at least to get the equalizer. So I think that was really poor decision making.
Poor decision making from Naija Ratels right there. But right now we're seeing Charlotte Adjei, who is complaining of some pain in her thigh, and it's been attended to by the medical team. We talked about Charlotte earlier, who is looking to get her 8th clean sheet in this season's proceedings. Play stopped currently, and I mean, for the second game, we're getting to witness on this ground today, match day 2, game between Remo Stars ladies and Naija Ratels FC of Vuja. Still 1 goal that separate both sides. Goal scored in the 14th minute by the leading goal scorer of the league this season, talking about Bolajo Lamide. An assist provided by Shubomi Ogundele. Well, she's up now, Charlotte, and the referee is waiting to continue play and ensure she's okay. Yes, she's okay. And is going to take that goal kick.
She just had muzzle pull that needed to be attended to. You could see her struggling with something at that point in time, and
I mean,
it is clear now she's already up and going. So here again, Naija Ratels will try to see if they can get a quick equalizer. Maybe not quick, but at least before they finish the first 45, let them see if they can try to get something out of it.
Looking to get something right there. Shubomi looking to make a run with that ball. Shubomi right there. Looks like Shubomi looks like Blessed.
That is Aishat Animation.
Yes, Animation Aishat. Aishat somehow got her team throw in, and another throw in right there, because the first one was played out by jersey number 11 for Naija Ratels, who came on as a substitute in the 20th minute, by the way. Talking about Paulina Oshio. And that is back safely in the arms of Ohia Doris. Takes it quickly as her team is chasing in this game, being behind by a lone goal. Ball still in possession of Naija Ratels. Ball lost, and Remo Stars ladies will look to go forward. Bolaji sends the ball forward, and Bashir Kafayat still with the ball, but unable to connect to any of her teammates. And of course, you can hear the shout of frustration from the fans, who wants more goals in this game despite leading already.
That's a chance for a goal.
Very good chance, actually. And I mean, a very good play from Olamide Bolaji, who spotted her in a very, very juicy position to go forward and took it. But I mean, Kifaya wasn't able to finish the work right there, or at least get it to someone who could finish it. That's a challenge by Hannah, or a collision by Hannah. But I mean,
yeah, I think it's in favor of Remo Stars.
Yes, Hannah Ibrahim will get the nod for the foul against the other side. All back in play. Naija Ratels look to calls for a free kick there, but Remo Stars will go forward with Simi. Simi is still playing despite being, and that is a very good way to win the ball by Blessed. Blessed goes forward, but Shubomi would lose that, and you can see Isebo getting hugs from Immaculata. A very good play.
Yeah,
the hustling of the ball right there.
She wasn't the best in the Edo game.
Edo game, yes, she had a really poor game.
Yeah, very poor game. She was also substituted in that very game as well.
Yes,
but here she is today doing some very fine footworks.
Good footwork, and then you can understand why the coach of the side, Wemimo Matthew, would decide to put her trust in her. But someone is being stretched out right there. Unsure what happened to have led to that particular one. Oluwatebi Tokpaya Lion just number 28, is stretched out. The play continues with Immaculata right now with the throw-in. Throw-in done. Throw-in to Hannah Ibrahim. And throwing this time around will go to Naija Ratels, where Siberita will take that one for our team. Throwing done. Ball quickly won by Remo Stars ladies, who would be back in possession right there, courtesy of a play from Simi Okesiji. Played on. Naija Ratels will cross that one deep into the half of Remo Stars. But yet, we are yet to see any of the side hold possession for as long as 5 to 6 passes, as each team will try to cross the ball deep into the other half or straight into that's the 18-yard box.
It hasn't been smooth transitions for the two sides. We've seen some of the best coming from
the first game.
Yeah, the first game, and also Naija Ratels also had a couple of tries as well, but not the best we've seen in this very game. National Muslims were almost seamless with their transition.
Well, there's going to be a yellow card in this game from an encounter with the referee. I think the referee spotted something, trying to talk to Sunday there. Sunday, in a response to the referee, has ended herself. Sunday has ended herself the first yellow of the game due to her attitude right there. The referee will have none of that, referee James, and get a corner for Naija Ratels, corner taken. And there on top of the net again, the second time in this game from a corner from Siberita, which will have to do better with her deliveries from corner. She did very well with her free kicks, but from the corner, it's not been really good delivery to her teammates inside the 8-yard or 6-yard box or even the 18. She's been crossing it on top of or playing it on top of the net right there. She needs to do better with those opportunities. And we have 3 minutes added there to the remaining proceeding in the first half. Remo Stars now with the ball looking to increase their lead, and that would be brilliantly cut by Ohia Doris, and of course applause from the home fans for that brilliant run from Simisola Okesiji.
Yeah, that was a good one, a good prancing run into the 10-yard box of Naija Ratels. But then the cross, the delivery didn't get the power enough to land on her teammate's head or legs, and that is how Ohia Doris had to come collecting to safety.
Yeah, collected into safety for Doris, but someone is unsafe right now. I'm talking about Charlotte, as the ball is in a very dangerous position for Ratels, who would have that very beautifully defended. And again, try their luck with this time. Hannah will heads off, and Remo Stars would heave a sigh of relief right there, because a foul is called against Naija Ratels. But 2 players are down on the pitch, and first player, Remo Stars player, Okesiji, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. And Sibe Rita of Naija Ratels. Remember, she's the only one to have scored in any game that Naija Ratels has played in the Super 6 ever, and that goal came in the first game of this particular edition of the Nwfl Premiership Super 6. That was against against National Amazons, I beg your pardon. They went ahead in the game, actually, scored the first goal, but I mean, National Amazons came back 2-1 to win that particular one. The first game of this tournament on Saturday, right here on this ground, the home ground of Remo Stars FC. We're hosting every one of us here for the Super 6. And there she'll take a bandage to the head, but thankfully she's okay.
Did the referee give her a yellow card for not leaving, or that was the yellow card that she had before?
Looks like for not leaving, maybe. I'm not sure she got the yellow.
Probably was from before.
She was, I don't think she was carded.
Yeah, the referee brought a card. I don't know who she gave it to.
Okay, that will be confirmed, the broadcast, because the only person who hasn't carded so far today is Sunday. That looks like a foul, but that will not be called against Shubomi, who continues play. I mean, that will be stopped as we're seconds away from the end of this half. And I think the referee has had enough. She will see out the 3 minutes, see off the chasing out the 3 minutes. And I mean, that is Charlotte saying a prayer of thanks as she has finished this half with her clean sheet intact. And you can see the players right there, some on the pitch. Okesiji, one of them, and of course the referee going back into the tunnel right there. I mean, she's looking like getting comfort from her teammates after what looked to have been a yellow card issued her in the very final minutes of the added time. And it's halftime at the Remo Stars Stadium. Matchday 2, game 2. Halftime, Remo Stars ladies 1, Naija Ratels FC 0. Score by Bolaji Olamide. I mean, if this is your first time watching this broadcast, this is the live broadcast. And of course, we are halftime into the second game of the day. Remo Stars ladies took on or are taking on Naija Ratels. And you could see them right there at the start of the game, which was started by Naija Ratels FC. And of course, we got that particular one, which looked to be the first chance at goal that was definitely stopped, and that looked like the goal. That was the goal from Bolaji Olamide, a rebound from the chance of Kafaya Bashir, and of course an assist by Shubomi Ogundele, a dummy right there by Bolaji Olamide, and of course the very first goal and the only goal of this second half. And we saw chances also for Naija Ratels, and that would be the entirety of the game for this first half. Yeah, first half. Remo Stars ladies 1, Naija Ratels 0. Back for the second 45 of this encounter, the second game of today, match day 2 of the NWFL Premiership Super 6. And of course, to kick us off with this one is Remo Stars, as of course Naija Ratels kicked us off in the first half. Welcome if you're just joining this broadcast. My name is Joy Ojablusto Euphoria, and of course I am doing this alongside
Dr. Skoki, who is here to, of course, see how this very fixture is going to end. Remo Stars already lead by Coutinho, a brilliant, beautiful goal scored by Bolaji Olamide in the first 15 minutes of this encounter. So I really couldn't wait to see the final results, but I do think that these two sides still have a lot to show us and to showcase at this lovely afternoon.
Of course, lovely to showcase. From the 3 games we saw on match day 1, and of course what we saw in that first game, Dorcas, it looks like we always have the second half deliver something better than whatever we see in the first half. The first half was brilliant. The second half is going to be splendid. And I mean, we saw a lackadaisical start to, apart from the goal we saw in the first half. Are we expecting fireworks in the second half, Dorcas?
In this game, I'm not expecting fireworks. I haven't seen the two sides blown us out of proportion in this very game. They have the quality, we do know that for sure, but they haven't exactly used that to their favor. So right about now, it's not what we expect, or I'm not expecting anything more than what we've already seen in the first. But I do think one more goal might just go in. I don't know where it's going to go in, but I do think one more goal might just go in.
Okay, if you're just joining us, starting lineup for Remo Stars remain unchanged. Oh, that looks like a rather interesting way to concede that corner. Remo Stars are going to have their first corner of the second half. I think this is the first corner of the game. I didn't see Effiong play any corner. Yes, this is the first corner.
The first corner was taken by Immaculata, but then it was really a poor one in the first half.
Now she's playing her first corner of the second half. Immaculata Effiong to take. Corner delivered into the area, but another wasteful corner right there from the right back, and of course going to be goal kick taken quickly for Naija Ratels.
Talking about Immaculata Effiong, she has been playing set pieces for a very long time, but I haven't seen as much improvement as I would have liked, because she seems to waste opportunities that should be converted into goal.
Waste opportunities, but it's Remo Stars that wants to capitalize on, or would want to. Naija Ratels that want to capitalize on this one, and Remo Stars defense, we almost caught sleeping right there, and should have been punished if Naija Ratels were more precise with their play. And I mean, you can see that after taking that shot, you realize that that should have been goal bound for her, and she is not pleased with herself right there for not at least making it a shot on target.
Well, yeah, she should be disappointed, because the goalpost was pretty much open for her to convert that chance into something that would help her team bring them into this game. But she opted to take a very flagrant shot, and that was what was quite disappointing with how she managed that very situation.
Disappointing there, but they would quickly gather themselves as they've gotten another set piece, this time to be taken by Captain Olubumi Oladeji. And of course, telling the girls to come together. Set piece set into the area, but that set piece is not properly cleared by Remo Stars. Naija Ratels unable to get their legs behind that one. I mean, that was looking as if the clean sheet of Ajay will be up in flames in this competition. Remember, she did not concede in the first game in that their win against Edo Queens, but somehow Naija Ratels have unable to convert that one, and they would have to wait for another opportunity, which will come from a corner taking right now. And this time around, Ajay is still struggling to gather the ball like she would want to, despite making jumps at it. And it would be another corner in quick succession for Naija Ratels. Ajay right now talking to our defense line to be at alert, as they've been under pressure in the last 2 minutes from Naija Ratels. Naija Ratels taking, but that would be a very horrendous corner taken.
It's what it is. It's what it is. Nigeria have started quite well. They had multiple chances earlier on, but Charlotte Ajay came out rushing to get that ball. She was quite lucky that Nigeria did not put that one into the back of the net. That would have cost the team quite a lot because, of course, herself too, like you said, her clean sheet record might just have been taken away from her as well. But here she is, and our teammates keeping the lines as neat and tidy as possible. And Nigeria will try again to see if they can continue to fight to get that equalizer before full time in this encounter.
Yeah, looking to get an equalizer, and of course, she's still the only goalkeeper in this competition yet to concede a goal. Talking about Charlotte Ajay, the other goalkeeper was Moni Omole of Bielsa Queens, but she considered from a set piece or a penalty that was scored by, and that's a change, the first change for Remo Stars in this encounter. Jersey number 20 in, jersey number 25 taking out for jersey number 20. I was about to read out the changes, or read out the starting 11 for both sides, but Aisha is out, and she is replaced there by jersey number 20. Jersey number 10, I think. Yeah, that is Neka Julius Eke, and that would be the first change for Remo Stars. Different team for both sides now as against what started in the first half. For Remo Stars, the 11 players on the pitch: goalkeeper Ajay, Sunday Hannah, Ogbonna Ofyong, Ogundele Isigbo, now Eke, Bolaji, and Bashir. Those are the 11 ladies proceeding to do the duties for Coach Wemimo Matthew. Now Wemimo Matthew has seen her side win their first game in their first ever Super 6, and she'll be looking to make it 2-2 with this team, but she is up against Samson Keshi-led side, and of course we had a quick change in the first 20 minutes to the starting 11 of Naija Ratels. So for Naija Ratels, the 11 currently prosecuting the game are Ohia, Ojek Biga, Sibe Rita, Davis, Oluwabumi, the captain of the side, that's Oladeji, Adebayo Jumai, Ipa, Janet, Wanchuku, Tolulokpe, of course, Bankole, Saliu, Edward, Saliu, beg your pardon. And for that particular one, we had jersey number 12 taken off early in the game. Talking about Chikodi Ajibiga was taken off for Priscilla or Paulina Oshel, that's jersey number 11, and those are the 22 players on the pitch. But looks to have been collision of heads between two players of the opposing side, but Remo Stars will get to continue the game, and Ofyong sends that one into the area. That's punched out, or that's headed out by the captain Oluwabumi for Naija Ratels. Their turn, but Hannah will quickly clear. Well, not Hannah, that looks to be Akubo Ogbonna. Yes, the captain or standing captain of the side was, and that is showing us the owner of Remo Stars ladies, Honorable Kunle Shoneme, here to watch his girls as they take on Naija Ratels. We mentioned earlier in the first half that Honorable Kunle Shoneme is the second man to own a private club in the NWFL currently, with Remo Stars ladies being the only team aside from the opponent right now, Naija Ratels, to be owned by private individuals.
What are these poor corners we're saying today, though?
Poor corners, poor set pieces, and to imagine that Naija Ratels were very brilliant on their set pieces in the first game.
Absolutely.
Scored from a free kick from Rita. Really good corners too that had to take the brilliance on that particular day of Bakari Shukurat to keep them from equalizing. That's when they went behind in that game against National Amazons. But today it looks like maybe Remo Stars have rubbed up on them or something.
To be honest, the game lacks the quality that we're looking for. I just saw the goal kick now taken by, what's her name now, Isibo. And it was also poor. I don't know what is going on, but the coaches need to speak to their players because the set pieces are quite poor. The dead ball situations are not being utilized to the fullest, and that might cost these two sides and also give us a ball fest of a game. So they have to ensure that they get better with the final thought decision makings, as well as those marauding runs that they're making to the 18-yard box to be able to get themselves on the score sheets.
Well, while we're at that, there's a battle of wits right there between Bashir Kafayat and, of course, captain of Naija Ratels, talking about Olubumi Oladeji. And Kafayat has been able to earn her side a throw-in that situation. She stood tall there. And so for some right there, Captain Olubumi undecided on what to do with the ball, but I mean, she's been able to clear her lines. But Remo Stars are back at the attack, still pushing the ball, and that play is applauded by the fans. But Remo Stars will take that particular throw-in right now. Throw-in taken deep into the area and will be converted to a corner, which I think will be taken by Immaculata Ofyong. Yeah, that's Saliu.
Ray Saliu.
And this time around it's taken by Shubomi, who scored or was given a goal directly from a corner position. And yes, another opportunity right there for Remo Stars. But that will be gathered into the arms of Ohia Doris, the goalkeeper of Naija Ratels. Naija Ratels looking to do their own damage at the other side of the pitch, but Hannah and Akudo combination of experience and youth would stop that from going anywhere close to the lines of Charlotte Ajay. But Naija Ratels are back with the ball, relentless pressing, a good run right there, but they're stopped by Remo Stars. But the referee will call back play as there's a foul, and the main someone's on the pitch. Bankole is on the pitch, and shoots.
That is not. I like the referee handled that situation. It is exactly a foul.
She's been really, really on top of her game today.
Except when she let the fans make decisions for her in some situations.
Yeah, the first one actually, I think that's been all. The rest of them, she's been really solid. And I mean, take no nonsense from any of them. Remo Stars players, two of their players have gotten carded from positions that could have been avoided. The first being Sunday for attitude issues, and then the other one from Oteseje Asimi. But Remo Stars look to continue that play, but the referee says play on, despite fans in the stadium thinking that that should have been a free kick awarded to Remo Stars ladies. Play continues, and that is Naija Ratels going forward right now. Remo Stars ladies with Claire, and that would be a throw-in for Naija Ratels. Naija Ratels are looking to avoid a 7 straight defeat in all Super 6 games played. They've played in 6 other games. The first one from this tournament also, where they were defeated by National Amazons by 2-1 despite going ahead. And mind you, let's remind you that that was their very first goal in 6 games played also in the NWFL Premiership Super 6. But Remo Stars will look to double their lead right now, and that is a shot that or a cross that would disturb nobody and would end up being, looks like a goal kick, but I mean the thing looks like it touched the head, but was headed out by Paulina. Yes, that's the shot there. Okay, Paulina connected with the ball.
She had no reason to hit that ball. Just
it was going
it.
out,
Just
definitely. But now they are in a position to defend a corner kick. Oh, to take. It looks like it's going to be Immaculata. Waiting to see. See me in the area. And that is a corner kick from Shubomi, but could not be kept in by Hannah Ibrahim. Hannah Ibrahim had a solid game in the first game against Edo Queens. A very present face in the Flamingos team that have qualified for the next under 17 World Cup. And whenever called upon by Coach Bankole Olokere, she is always present. Whenever called upon by her coach right here in Ikene, Wemimo Matthew, she always gives her 100%. And today she'll be looking to give her 100% to ensure that she don't concede, or her team don't concede to this Naija Ratels team, who would be looking for something in this game if they would have to keep their hopes of maybe winning this NWFL Super 6. But before they win, they have to at least score a goal in this game first of all. Maybe look for a win after that. But 62 minutes played. Remo Stars ladies 1, Naija Ratels 0. And there is a foul right there. That will be called against Naija Ratels. That is jersey number 20, who got something much of an elbow. And I mean, play had to stop to ensure she's okay. Of course, play would continue with that free kick for Remo Stars. The goal scorer out, the only goal in this game right there. They get to keep play, but that would go out for a Naija Ratels throw in. Throw in taken. Remo Stars now seeing less of the ball, and that is Immaculata Ofyong returning back to defend that free kick. Free kick taken. Free kick headed out by Ofyong. Shubomi would punch that, or would kick that one way out. But Olamide Bolaji is currently pleading that particular play was dangerous, and I mean she was not happy with what that particular Naija Ratels player did right there.
Yeah, she was brought down. It was a chance to go on goal, but the Naija Ratels did something sneaky, brought her down, and the referee spotted that, offered, gave a free kick to Remo Stars.
That free kick taken and unable to clear. That would be an opportunity for Remo Stars. Unable to convert that chance there. That would have been a very, very terrible goal to concede for Naija Ratels had they conceded in that position there. Because I mean, the ball was in the hands of Ohia, but she dropped it, and 3 Remo Stars players looked to pounce on that particular one. But Captain Olubumi was there at the right moment to also help out and ensure that they keep that particular margin by a lone goal to ensure that they get something in this game. The referee has called for a foul against Remo Stars. Saliu is brought down, and that is going to be a free kick for Naija Ratels. And I mean, that is Sunday.
I thought the referee gave a free kick.
Looks like she gave a free kick, but this time a free kick is given to Remo Stars, and you can see Captain Olubumi furious at that decision because she thought it was her team who should have gotten that free kick.
And she opted to give a drop ball situation, so the two sides, Remo Stars, are going to play that in. I thought it was a free kick, and I thought she gave
it was a free kick. I actually thought it was a free kick decision too. Well, play has continued. Play into the area. Shubomi sends it back in. Remo Stars with some heading ball there. Ohia would calmly gather cleanly this time around, avoiding to drop the ball like she did earlier on. Some seconds ago. The Remo Stars are back in possession of the ball, and that's a very smart play from Simi, but I mean, unable to chase that one, and quickly back in the arms of Ohia Doris, who would take that goal kick quickly. As we've seen, 67 minutes played, about 7 minutes played in this in this encounter. I mean, way past the hour in this game. The referee signals for play on right there. Play on still or boss in the possession of Naija Ratels. Looking for the perfect opportunity to take it. But I mean, their sequence of play have been interrupted by Remo Stars right there.
Well, once again, it was a smooth, like you said, transition of attack for Naija Ratels. They have an idea of what to do with the ball, but the execution seems to be the problem. They had those chances, tried to run into the 18-yard box, the penalty box off Remo Stars, but they don't utilize all of those chances. And once again, they'll try, but let's see if they can get the equalizer here any moment from now.
Looking to pass that very stubborn defense of Remo Stars ladies, which once again have cleared the ball out of their own half. But Naija Ratels will continue to press, continue to push, and very smart play there, but called off for offside there by the assistant referee, who would call that back. As I mean, that was way offside, was slightly offside there, but I mean, brilliantly caught by the fourth official there to ensure that play was called back, and means Remo Stars would continue play for us right here. 68 minutes gone. Remo Stars still lead by a lone goal. Goal scored by leading goal scorer in this competition, Bolaji Olamide, with 15 goals now. Remo Stars back with the ball, and the men unable to get a fellow blue shirt right there inside the 18-yard box. And Naija Ratels would clear for safety and look to go forward on their own, but Blessed, the Seagull, is brought down, and rightly a foul is called against Naija Ratels. And there's a change as number 28 for Naija Ratels is taken off, and number 14 is brought on. Oluwatomi Tokpa is taken off for Azizat Obadun. And Remo Stars would look to capitalize on that one there. And a deflected shot from Shubomi Ogundele's strike would ensure that Remo Stars would get a corner for their efforts in that last sequence of play. What have you seen concerning the change in personnel who takes corner for Remo Stars this time around, the second half? We've seen more of Shubomi taking them right now.
It's becoming more accurate than what we got from Immaculata Offiong before.
And that's taken in the area there. Remo Stars will look, and that is a chance for Hannah, a chance begging. But I mean, Olamide also looking really hungry right there, and that's Olamide or Bolaji looking to capitalize and get the first brace in that one. But Hannah was the one who would finish with that ball off target in that one. Yeah, you were saying something about the corner situations in which Remo Stars have replaced the personnel to take them from Immaculata to Shubomi in the second half.
Well, it wasn't the best with Immaculata Offiong taking them, but it also isn't any better yet with Shubomi taking all of those. But Haas has been a little bit properly delivered into the area, still longer than they usually should. But it gets better from here. Shubomi seems to be more precise with her corner kicks more than Immaculata Offiong. So I think they spotted that and decided to make a couple of changes, but they need to work on their set piece takers. They need to do better from here on. You're playing at the highest of levels, and then you have to be almost flawless if you're getting to meet some of the biggest teams in this very competition.
Of course, they're going to look flawless, but so far they have the lead, and of course Naija Ratels is still chasing this one. Currently with the ball, Remo Stars win it from a tackle by brilliantly done by Immaculata, but it's quickly back in possession of Naija Ratels. Still the ball, still moving forward. Can they do anything with the ball right there? But safely guarded for goal kick right there by Hannah Ibrahim. It was done brilliantly today in this game.
Well, good one for Hannah because that was a perfect way to guide that ball out for a goal kick in favor of her team. But I felt like the player for Naija should have done better. She had that run made before Hannah came to her. She should have sent that ball to her teammate, but she able to go for it, make a couple of runs, hold on to the ball for longer. But kudos to Hannah Ibrahim for ensuring that that didn't go as planned for the Naija Ratels.
That didn't go as planned for Naija Ratels, and Remo Stars are still in the lead right here. Still yet to concede in this competition, and the ball is back on their feet, and they will send that one back into the half of Naija Ratels, who would send it back in a very desperate way to play, as they are desperate for a goal right here, as their season or their campaign right here in Ikene. That is a shot. Something brilliant from, or something to remind us of what she can do. Talking about Bashiru Kifayat, who has 9 goals in the campaign, yet to score in the Super 6 anyway. But Naija Ratels on their own end committed a foul while they look to go forward.
Well, another chance again. You talked about Kafayat Bashiru. I thought that was a very beautiful one. If only it had gone in, it would have been one of a stunner in the league generally this season. But then it was Ohia Doris who came out collecting that one. And we're looking at my screens again. Once again, it is Ikba Janet whose tackle on Immaculata Offiong will ensure that it's a free kick for Remo Stars. She needs to do better. She needs to be clinical. She needs to make better decisions when she is with the ball. But that isn't the case for them. I haven't seen plenty from Davis today. I think she also is a fantastic player. I love Davis Nora. I've seen her the entire season when she plays. But today, she hasn't exactly shown that she can hold on to the ball.
Well, they need to hold on to the ball more and make good their chances. One which they might get right now, but won't be able to go on as Ajay Charlotte came out to quickly defuse that situation, but was holding her head in pain there as she looks to have taken a hit to her head from the boots of Obadu. Yeah. And medics have been summoned. As Ajay is still on the pitch. Still yet to concede, by the way, in this competition. Still the only goalkeeper, let's me mention, to concede out of the 6 teams. Of course, Ohia Doris, who is our counterpart in this game, have conceded 3 already, 2 from 9 Nasarawa Amazons game, 1 right here, right now, today. Edo Queens conceded against Remo Stars. Bielsa Queens considered today. They didn't consider Matchday 1 because that's today. Mbechi of Rivers Angels considered on Matchday 1, and that leaves only Charlotte Ajay as the only goalkeeper, and also means that Remo Stars are the only team yet to concede in this competition, and they've seen 75 minutes go by and they are still keeping that particular thing going for them, which is, I mean, them leading with just a lone goal in this game also. Although they scored their winning goal in the 88th minute, as opposed to today where they scored an early goal in the 14th minutes by leading goal scorer Bolajo Olamide. But Ajay is up and play will continue, and of course waiting for the referee to signal. Look, the referee is running towards the two of them. Looks like somebody's going to be giving a caution there. I thought she was going there with a yellow, for intention of a yellow for time wasting or something, but she would. And we're back in action. Remo Stars in possession of the ball. Offiong stopping, a brilliant stop right there. Remo Stars still in push, but they wouldn't be unable to keep that one in as Simi Okesiji is unable to keep the ball in play for Remo Stars. Back in action, Remo Stars back in position. Remo Stars still on. Kifaya Bashiru will try from a distance, but that would be brilliantly stopped also by Ohia Doris. Should they continue to take this outside shot if they want to get anything in
the
this
best
goal?
the best way, because it's not working going into the area.
The ground.
So Ogundele with that
All the crosses.
brilliant right-footed strike was just what they needed. Keep that fresh, keep it coming, put more power behind the ball, and I promise you that it might just go in, because the goalkeeper, Ohia Norris, we've seen her spill some of those crosses that have come in from Remo Stars. So if they continue to do that, it might just work in their favor. But for now, it hasn't worked yet, but you have to give credit to also Ohia Doris for ensuring that she keeps the lines as clean as possible and not to concede as much as possible here. It's still 1-0 in favor of Remo Stars, and as we speak, it is Naija Ratels player who is on the ground.
Yeah, Ekpa Janet.
Yeah, for me, keep going on with those long-range strikes, and it might just work for Remo Stars.
I just work for them to double their lead and maybe finish this one with more than a goal. And that is Coach Sam Sinkeshi, who is really furious at the decision on the pitch.
He said some damning words when he came to Port Harcourt, and I'm wondering what he's saying. That was in the regular season. I'm wondering what he's saying, because I think he was furious to the referee, towards the referee's bench. I do not know, but I'm guessing that was the situation. So I think Charlotte, just to deviate a little bit from what I was saying, Charlotte needs to be changed if she's going to be going to ground this often.
Yeah, I think that particular challenge, when she had to quickly come out to save that ball in the previous run of play, might have affected her today, and maybe might just see her play her final minutes today in this game. And she's back on the floor with no one close to her, but medics are back to attend to her right now, and I'm waiting to see if Wemimo Matthew, the coach of the side, would signal to the backup goalkeeper to start warming up, because that is her head. I mean, you can see Wemimo Matthew right there, considering what to do, thinking about what to do if she's going to take off her trusted goal stopper, who has had 7 clean sheets this season, including the one against Edo Queens in the first game of this Super 6 competition. But she's back on her feet. She wants to continue. She wants to fight with her teammates to the very 90. And the referee has signaled continuation of the game. Free kick by Captain Olubumi Oladeji, Remo Stars Claire. ball forward. Olamide looking to break, but ball has not been in possession of Remo Stars just yet. But this time around, it's going to be Immaculata Offiong with a throw, looking to get Simi, but Simi will have to try some other time, because that was cleared for yet another throw-in for Remo Stars, and Immaculata is walking right there to take that particular throw. Looking to take what might be a long throw. Simi coming close to her to receive it. Long throw right there into the area, to the box actually. But Naija Ratels will clear. And the ball is back in possession of the visiting side. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful way to get the ball into the area. Naija Ratels unable to capitalize on that beautiful sequence of play. Remo Stars are back with the ball and they will look to press forward this time around. And it's back in the arms of Ohia Doris.
Oh, good sequence of play. I'm thoroughly enjoying whatever Naija Ratels are doing with the ball. Their inter-switch of passes seem to be quite engaging and quite attractive to watch. And then when Olamide Bolaji is not with the ball, you could see that she drops deep to collect the ball. I think we talked about this on Matchday 1, where when she's not with it, she drops to help the midfield or help create something out of nothing. And she's doing that so far in this game. So brilliant, brilliant play. Besides the sequence of passing from Naija Ratels, I've enjoyed that. Unfortunately, they can't seem to do that in the final third, where it is absolutely important that they do. It's been great watching them too. Yeah. Great
watching them, but the referee is having to jog from one end of the pitch to, or the end of the half to the other to get play to restart. And play has restarted. Remo Stars somehow almost with the ball.
It will cost them. That's if they were playing against the others. Or Remo Stars, exactly. So they need to be better.
Almost a slip from captain, but luckily she was able to recover in time. And now a foul has been blown against Remo Stars player. A Remo Stars player talking about Blessed Isigbo. She's the culprit there. And the captain of the side, the other opposing side, who I just spoke about, what was taken. And that's headed out by Remo Stars. Cleared properly by Ogundele. I mean, everything that she did brilliantly in the first game. She has tried today, but I mean, it's not just her day yet, because she's still on the pitch, and I mean, something can happen before the end of the game. Goal kick has been taken, and another foul blown against Remo Stars. They've committed a lot of fouls in this final 10 minutes of the game, as we are into the 86th minute, and that would be Osheo Paulina, just number 11, who takes that free kick taken into the area. Out for a foul on the Remo Stars player. Looked like Hannah is on the pitch. And that again is the owner being shown there, the owner of Remo Stars. I mean, man in a very good mood, if you ask me. Watched his team, his male team, lift the trophy right here in front of him yesterday on this ground after they defeated regional rivals, Ikorodu City, by 4-1. And today he's watching his girls as they look to get 2 wins in 2, as they are gunning for a maiden title today, or this season, their second season in the NWFL Premiership. That's the top flight league, and also that debut in the Super 6. Can they make it 2 in 2? When I mean 2 in 2, I mean 2 wins in 2 games, as they've defeated Edo Queens in their first game, and they are currently leading in their second game. Leading and still in possession of the ball, and that will be Simi to cross, and she do it. And that would be cleared or stopped. And she would have to make do with a corner kick. Simi has been better played today in terms of going head-to-head with the players as against what she suffered against Edo Queen's players that day, where she suffered a lot of bullying on the pitch. But this time around, she's going head-to-head, toe-to-toe with players from Naija Ratels.
Yeah, today, like you said, is working.
And that's a free kick taken and dropped again by O'Hare Doris. But they would clear that one. And that would be throwing taken quickly. Keeping play. But won't leave anything for chances there. Akodo. Ogbonna, the standing captain of the side. With all her experience right there coming to play. And the final minutes of this game, Naija Ratels want to leave with something. Can they? Will they? Left to be seen right now. A throw in by the captain, Olubumi. Headed out by Sunday Okwemi. Another throw in for Naija Ratels. We're into the final minutes of regulation time. And Naija Ratels will cross that one in, but that will be headed out and cleared properly by Remo Stars, who will look to counter. But that ball will be sent to the goalkeeper, O'Hare Doris, who would ensure that Remo Stars do not get anything from that intent to go at an attack. Ball back in possession of Naija Ratels shortly after Remo Stars had the ball. But Naija Ratels still pushing, still pressing. And with 3 minutes added, they want to ensure that they get something out of this game and prevent a 7th loss in the NWFL Premiership Super 6. 7th loss because before this competition started on Saturday, they had lost 5 games in the Super 6, played 5, lost 5, scored none. They scored the very first goal against Naija Amazons, scored the first goal of the game, by the way. But Naija Amazons staged a successful comeback and defeated them, which meant that they suffered their 6th defeat. And today, they are just 2 minutes away from suffering a 7th defeat. And Remo Stars are trying to see this one out. To ensure that they get 2 wins of 2 for their own very first attempt at playing at the Super 6. Can they do it?
Well, we're waiting for that. We're waiting to see, because I haven't seen much more in the final third. I will say that again. I haven't seen much more in the final third, but they do know what they are doing. Executing it seems to be the problem. Where
there's agitation and, of course, panic as the ball is back in possession of Naija Ratels. So whenever they are with the ball going forward, they look as if they know what to do. But
when they get there, they're clueless.
They're clueless. Exactly.
Doesn't work, and it's a problem. I don't know what Samson Keshi can do to bring his team back, because it's becoming quite annoying to get to see that you have the idea, you know what you were doing with it, and when you get to where it matters the most, you lose it. You tend to forget what you were doing, and that's what has kept this game in favor of Remo Stars.
Also, what we saw in the first game against Naija Amazons, because whenever they get the ball forward, they eventually do not execute it properly. And Dorcas, if you would say, do you think that maybe FC Robo would have been a better opponent if they had qualified? Because they qualified at the expense of FC Robo on the final day.
FC Robo Queens are considered quite a lot of goals as well, and scored quite a lot of goals.
Well, they score goals. I'm talking about them. They are the team with the least amount of goals scored in the season.
The undoing of FC Robo Queens was the fact that they could not hold their own against Bayelsa Queens, against Rivers Angels, especially on the road.
On the road, yeah.
Only
They
on the
were
road.
very terrible on the road.
Very terrible. They had a brilliant first stanza. The second stanza was nothing to go by in the regular season. So the better team eventually came. Yeah, so that's how it worked. Last season as well, FC Rebel Queens were the same. They had a fantastic regular season and only narrowly lost that. Maybe not narrowly because 11 goals is quite massive. You can score 11 goals against your
There's a
opponent
set
in the
piece,
NWFL.
maybe the final play today. Ogundele will take, and that would be somehow gathered by Ohia Doris, who will take that goal kick. And back in possession for Remo Stars as we wait for the final whistle by the center referee. But Remo Stars will want to double their lead right there. And that would be a free kick. Or that will be called offside for Bolajo Lamide. Are we going to be seeing the final whistle and the second win confirmed for Remo Stars in this competition? Waiting seconds now. The fans are calling. And yes, the referee, Dina Ejiro James, has answered and has brought this game to an end. Remo Stars have won their second game, making it 2-2, the first team to do that in this competition. I will be the only team to do that eventually, because the final games would be between the two teams that lost on match day 1, and that is Ofyong saying a prayer of thanks as they've won their second game in this competition and they have 6 points. A very, very dogged display by Wemimo Matthew's team. Remo Stars full-time 1, Naija Ratels 0. And yes, this was the second game of match day 2 on the Remo Stars home ground here, which is host to the NWFL Premiership Super 6. So we saw Remo Stars come up against Naija Ratels in this game, and that was a chance that came begging to be scored right there by Remo Stars when Shubomi in the second half looked to have sent the ball brilliantly into the area. And that was another chance that was stopped, which looked to have almost caused a head injury for Ajie Charlotte. And of course, that would not go in. And that will ensure that she will get a clean sheet in this game. That was another chance by Kafayat Bashiru, who tested Ohia from distance, but Ohia was on par to stop that particular one from going in. And that game continued right up until the 86th minute with that chance by Obaju, who tried that lock from distance, but that would be off target for Naija Ratels with 86 minutes of play. And of course, went up. That was another opportunity for Remo Stars, but they would see this one out with just that goal scored in the 13th minute by highest goal scorer of this competition so far, Bolajo Lamide, with her 15th goal. And full-time, it was Remo Stars 1, Naija Ratels FC 0.